Ed and Eddy had to be one of the most iconic cartoons from the late 90s and 2000s. The series ended with an hour-and-a-half long TV movie called The Big Picture Show. Here's your warning of any spoilers, as this is going to be an overview of the movie and my explanation on why this is one of the best ways to end a cartoon series ever. The movie starts way different than usual episodes. Quiet, ominous. Something crazy really went down with this scam and we're not sure what it is. We see the Eds packing up and writing their goodbyes. I want to mention the callback of Ed's sponge collection as he takes some sponges with him. We see the kids at the cul-de-sac get really affected by this. They normally get mad at the Eds, but never like this. This is also the first time in the show that we've seen the Eds gone somewhere else other than the cul-de-sac and school. I'm glad that they did this because it shows the great lengths they had to go to get help from Eddy's older brother. Eddy basically relies on Double D to find the whereabouts of Eddy's older brother. Double D uses all the older brother's references from the series to pinpoint where to go. With the help of Ed, they decide to go to a gag factory. Back in the trailer park near the cul-de-sac, the Kanker sisters hear about the Eds' troubles from Jimmy and Sarah and decides to help out the Eds. The Eds finally get to a gag factory, but it's obvious that the factory is pretty abandoned. After some gags and jokes cause the factory to blow up, we see Kevin and Nas on their trails. Double D is stuck on the side of a waterfall as a result of the factory explosion. After he's rescued, Double D's hat is finally off, but we never see what's really under his hat. Eddy gives more clues and Double D recommends to go out to the sea to look for Eddy's older brother. Sarah and Jimmy finally escapes from the Kanker sisters, and Johnny and Plank dons their superhero egos to look for the Eds. Sarah and Jimmy runs into Wilfred, mainly because Wilfred decided to separate himself from Rolf earlier in the movie. Johnny and Plank takes a bus to catch the Eds, and somehow Plank is driving it, which is totally cool. We come back to the Eds in the swamp, and Ed and Eddy is sinking in quicksand. Double D's trying to build something to help him out, but it's too late. They're no longer visible. Turns out to be another prank on Double D, and this frustrates him to the point where he's had enough with the two and decides to go back home. Eddy yells and finally admits that he is in the wrong. The two make up, and the trio gets back to moving. Kevin and Nas are now in the swamp after their episode in the factory, and Nas is mad at Kevin, and I don't blame her. They make up once they get the fire going, until Kevin brings the bike back to Nas. Kevin really seems to care about that bike more than Nas. Rolf is now in the swamp too, but he gets captured by the Kankers. The Eds eventually call it a night and goes to sleep somewhere. From what I guess is day 2 of this movie, we wake up and we see Kevin and Nas get captured by the Kankers. The Eds wake up and they ironically end up on a Ferris wheel at an amusement park near the sea. The amusement park is actually Mondo a Go-Go, which is on Eddy's postcard that he received from his older brother earlier in the movie. The Eds found this whale-shaped trailer, which is the home of Eddy's older brother. Everyone else catches up to the Eds, mainly due to the Gankers capturing most of the cast. Eddy knocks on the door of the trailer. The big reveal is made. Took hundreds of episodes, but we finally see Eddy's older brother. Mind you, this was rare to see anybody other than the kids in the cast, so this was pretty epic. Eddy's older brother offers to help out the Eds. Before he can help, Eddy's older brother plays uncle with Eddy and abuses him. Everyone is shocked on how Eddy's older brother is treating Eddy. Double D tries to stand up to him with no avail. The kids even try to help out, but again, no avail. Ed pulls a screw out of the door, and that helps Eddy take out his older brother. Eddy cries, and he finally admits that he made up this whole facade of Eddy's older brother being cool. The kids run to finally get the Eds, and they congratulate them. But Johnny and Plank are late to the party and takes out all the Eds, and the kids make quick work of Johnny and Plank. The Eds are finally accepted by the kids, and we get a nice song reference to end the movie. Post-credits, we see Johnny become a villain, and Plank tells them that they don't have any more time in the movie. Now, why is this the best way to end a cartoon series, you may ask? Well, let's start with the payoff of one of the biggest character reveals in a cartoon series ever, and the reveal of Eddy's older brother. Eddy mentions his older brother quite frequently throughout the series. Even saying that his older brother is coming back home struck fear into Kevin and others. I want to mention the continuity in Sarah and Jimmy's disguise as Eddy's older brother from earlier seasons. The jersey is the same and the pants are similar in style. While on the run, Double D will make a web of clues trying to figure out where is the whereabouts of Eddy's older brother. He mentions the stink bomb recipe from the episode Fool on the Ed. He also mentions the Armenian hot sauce secret recipe that was from the episode Honor Thy Ed, where it's really hot. And this misleading treasure map from the episode Oh Ed 11, where Eddy's older brother had buried treasure that the Eds will find to be in the trailer park. Sticking with the big brother dynamic, Eddy's character gravitated around the fact that his brother was so cool. He mentions him throughout the series, so before the movie, we thought that he would have been a pretty awesome character and helped the Eds. But no, we get this plot twist where Eddy's older brother actually sucks. We get this reveal that Eddy made up the fact that his brother was actually cool and hopes to be cool with everybody else. Eddy's need for acceptance was the biggest in this series, and now with everybody accepting the Eds, this shows that the movie was really the end of the series. There was growth for Double D and even Ed. Double D, while being the most logical of the three, rarely showed any backbone throughout the series. The fight at the swamp was where he finally stood up against Eddy. Eddy throughout the series blamed either Ed or Double D for the scams not working out in their favor. Just like this movie, Eddy blamed Double D, which causes the two to fight, and Double D said that he finally had enough. As a result of Double D finally standing up to Eddy, Eddy finally admits fault for the scam for not working out. Ed at this point of the series, well, if a character had a dumb scale, Ed was pretty dumb at this point. While Ed had his dumb moments in the series, he still had some logic in him. At the end of the series, though, he was just dumb. One of Ed's brightest moments in the movie was taking the screw out the door to finally defeat Eddy's older brother. If he didn't do that, who knows how they would have stopped Eddy's older brother from abusing Eddy. We see Kevin and Nat showing the most care and affection to each other in the whole series, all but confirming that the two love each other. Rolf does this armpit wipe called a Pit of Victory, a callback to a reference in the episode Ready, Set, Ed, where Rolf does the same thing only after Kevin breaks a world record. We will see the Cankers take Eddy's older brother into the trailer, and we will see Johnny and Plank become the social outcasts of the series. Poor Johnny 2x4. Sarah, Jimmy, and the rest of the kids at the cul-de-sac finally embrace the Eds. After 130 episodes, 4 specials, and a movie, the Eds are finally accepted. We all look for acceptance, no matter our age. And that's all they wanted. They just wanted to be accepted by their peers. And that's my explanation on why The Big Picture Show was one of the best ways to end a cartoon ever. We finally see the Eds get accepted, and we finally see closure. Tell me what you think of The Big Picture Show. Drop in the comments below your favorite moments from the Ed and Eddy series. Please like, share, and subscribe.